When you initially enter the cockpit, all the EIS displays are normally off. The displays require AC electrical power to operate, so unless either the APU or a ground electrical supply are available, the displays will not operate. We will connect a ground electrical supply for you. Once AC power is available, the displays can be switched on. First, let's switch on the PFD. After a short delay, some information will be displayed. Because there is no data from the Air Data and Inertial Reference System, ADIRS, there are only failure flags showing. Now, turn on the ND. Both the ND brightness and the weather radar brightness are normally set to full bright at the same time. The brightness levels of both EFIS screens are later adjusted to suit the ambient light conditions. Just like the PFD, after a short delay, the display will be visible, but limited to failure flags, because there is no data from either the ADIRS or the FMGS. You will see how the information changes on the PFD and ND as the ADIRS and FMGS come online later in the course. The ADIRS system is now switched on, and the PFD will display attitude, speed and altitude data. Notice that the indication on the altimeter scale is showing a negative value because a wrong QNH is set. The correct QNH is 1013, so the baro setting knob on the EFIS control panel is rotated to change the setting. The QNH is set, and the negative indication has been removed from the altimeter scale. The setting of the ND mode selector and range will depend on the departure profile. This will be discussed in the FMGS modules, but we have already set ARC and 10 miles for you. When the ADIRS system is fully aligned and the FMGS is programmed, the data displayed on the PFD and ND is more complete. The choice of which additional information selector is used will depend on the departure, but normally the pilot flying has constraint selected. A green indicator illuminates in the push-button switch to show that you have selected it. The selection of the VOR ADF selectors will depend on the navigation aids used for the departure. This will be discussed in the navigation modules. Now let's look at another selection on the EFIS control panel. An automatic function that occurred as the aircraft was powered up was that the FDs were switched on. This automatic function occurred because the normal mode of operation on the A320 is with FDs on. Notice that the green indicator on the flight director push button is illuminated, and that there are indications in the top right-hand corner of the PFD. Look carefully at the PFD. This indication tells you that Flight Director 1, Captain, and Flight Director 2, First Officer, are switched on. Notice that there are no Flight Director crossbars displayed. This is normal because on the ground they are not required. You will see later that during the takeoff, the Flight Director command bars will automatically appear. You will see more on Flight Director in the Autoflight modules. If the aircraft is being completely shut down, the EFIS displays are turned off using the appropriate brightness controls.